the chilly morning here in the Midwest, so I thought we'd light a little bit of a fire here with the red-white burn deck that made a deep run in the Hooglandia Open this past weekend. So really neat take on an aggressive archetype. So we've got things like Pit Fighter and Cemetery Gatekeeper and Bloodthirsty Adversary as cheap threats at the bottom end of our curve. And they also have a bunch of spells that just go to the face. We've got Eruption and Sacred Fire and Play with Fire and Spikefield Hazard. And then we've got things like Reckless Impulse and Showdown the Skalds to draw extra cards. And then we've got some Stalwart Slayers here to crank up the damage that all of our spells do. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see if we can emulate some of the success that our player in the Open this past weekend had with this archetype. Pardon Sardnox. Gazby! Thank you for the 5.5 years. You've seen some changes here. Changes. Thanks for sticking through all of them. It's been a trip to Moto, to Paper Magic, to Hex, to Moto, to Arena, to where we are today. Thanks for hanging out through all of it. Yeah, this is a fine keep. For the follow, Badger. Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. And I'm pretty sure we just jam this as a 2-drop on 2. Just start attacking. Haste? It does have haste. Nice. If they don't have a way to kill this Gatekeeper this turn, I feel like we'll be in an okay spot. The Song of the Elder Millennial. It's not a boomer meme, chat! I was a child when that song came out. When things went viral back in the Badger Mushroom days, it was a more organic viral, right? It wasn't like the algorithm souped something up on drugs, basically, and pushed it out to the world. Welcome, Silence. Do we grab instant or sorcery with this Gatekeeper? I feel like it's probably instant, right? We get Cinderclasmed in response here. So now anytime anybody casts an instant, they take 2. That's a good deal for us, right? They spent a card to kill our thing and it still shocked them. We have, technically we have 7 points of damage in hand here. Might be dead, chat. Our opponent might kill us next turn. Before our next turn, at any rate. I will say, playing Historic all day yesterday, I definitely didn't miss this. Okay, are they setting up to... They're probably setting up to, like, copy a turn spell next turn. need a land. Lands here. In theory, we have lethal here if they have nothing. Wait, is that true or are we short? No, I'm actually 1 point short, right? Yeah, because Sacred Fire's 3. I could Reckless Impulse into a Play with Fire. I think we're supposed to go for that, right? Tilter. The depth line. So I'll bet this is a copy card. This is an extra turn spell. And then at this point we're dead because they oh, it's not a turn spell. Huh. Huh. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. I cast Magic Missile. Speaking of Elder Millennial memes. We actually still have lethal here, right? If they don't have another piece of interaction? Wait, what the fuck just happened? Did the game bug? What? It just didn't cast the spell. All right. Well, let's see if they're honorable. Yeah, they have nothing. So like they should concede here. All right. Well, our deck won that game, but Magic Arena is a smoldering pile of dog shit. Well, I'm just gonna concede the match. That's awful. That's really sad too, because like that game was actually. That was actually like incredibly sweet and showed our deck like getting to slog through that. It just didn't cast our spell that we've recast. It just like disappeared it off the stack. Like it just resolved and did nothing. Yeah, if you finished in prizes for Cool Stuff, Ink Stuff, we'll be pinging Cool Stuff later today to get a list of gift codes. And then they'll get back to us in a day or two, and we'll start messaging people. Yeah, let's pull the clip up here, because I'm really kind of frustrated about whatever happened here. This is like neither of these are new. Oh, that's wrong. Neither of these are new cards either. So, Fading Hope is on the stack. Magic Missile is targeting this, and them. The Fading Hope resolves. The Showdown trigger now has nothing to target. And then the Magic Missile just disappears. It just vanishes and nothing happens. Yeah, if someone has a clip that's a little bit earlier than this, it might be too late. No, you should be able to go back and clip the archive. Yeah, if you have a clip that shows me targeting with the Magic Missile too. That would be great. What if you wanted to cast Magic Missile and Arena said no? Okay, this one better? Yeah, this one. You can see here, I don't click cancel, right? I click submit. Yeah, okay. I mean, look, we're picking. It's not like there was a user error here. So we clicked submit. There's all very clearly targeted, and me clicking submit. Yeah, the client what a weird bug. Thanks for the 31 months, Freeman. Are you sure you had enough spell slots left? Maybe you needed to take a long rest. Asking the real questions. Hey, the Fred, thanks for lurking for almost 2.5 years. Welcome back. All right, let's shake off Arena being dog trash and just play some Magic. In true Hoaglandia fashion, the only change I made to the main deck that we are currently playing is I cut one spell for an extra land. I like this game board too. See, chat, you gotta set the tone for the game. This is what this game is about. I will spend 1 mana and will shock both of us. Got me. When was this card designed? Symmetrical cards? More Cemetery Gatekeepers than I've drawn lands, chat. I will submit this as evidence 2375 in the People versus the Shuffler. We have 6 uncounterable damage, but it is bounceable damage if they have Hull Breacher Kraken. Burning down the house. Woo! Should have played the Stalwart Slayer, champ. So dead. Oh, they're playing Hull Breacher and Epiphany. Good shit. Hello, darkness, my old friend. My opponent's taking extra turns again. Do 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 do. It's fine, chat. We have multiple formats on Arena. If we have to just become a mostly historic stream, you know, for forever. I was going to say until something, but the answer is forever. Historic always has the most support on sub-surveys anyways. I can't just skip the Epiphany decks because there's a good chance I will just spend the entire day conceding right now. Yeah, Historic's super reasonable. I've been enjoying our time playing Historic. We played 3 Historic decks yesterday, and one of them was even pretty bad, and it was still a good time, so it's a good sign. Think I want to offer this trade? How about we kill this, and then we Gatekeeper it? Hey, Regazoo, thanks for the 34 months. Welcome back. Test of Talents resolves. So, Rem here protects my other two Dorkos from their Cinderclasm, assuming they can't kill Rem first. Also protects them from burn down the house, like so. And then I think with the Cinderclasm face up, we just go ahead and play another Rem out here. Hey, hopefully we get another turn. Survey says, well, chat, we're getting another turn, but it isn't a happy one. I guess we'll start here. Ow! Unlucky rubber ducky. Not even a tapped land shit. Oh no. Oh no. Well, they don't have 7 mana, so they can't do it again this turn at least. Survey says, I respect the is Magic Arena bugged with this card in more than one way check there. Big respect. Sometimes it counters itself. Might as well check if Jawari Disruption counters it sometimes. Alright, no plays is good for us. If it is the same archetype you submitted before, Jafaza, and I approved it, you're good to just donate for the newer one. If it's an entirely different deck, put it through the form again. It's not the white source I wanted for Christmas. I have no idea, Lampton. Usually Magic Arena doesn't have many like actual gameplay bugs. Like usually they're like when it has issues, it's other things. Oh, that's gross. They're gonna unlock their second red now. Lands is overrated, chat. I don't think this deck needs a 26th land. I did add a 25th. The person who played this deck in the open only played 24. I did go up from what they had initially, but that's still not enough. All right. Down to 7. So this notably does not counter things. It bounces them when you cast a spell. So yeah, can't be countered, can be returned to my hand. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, I thought if I clicked on this, they'd have a chance to respond, but this doesn't target when it enters play. It's just when the trigger resolves, you choose and then it happens. It's so weird how they template things like this, like so, like it feels so random. Because, like, historically speaking, effects like this have always been... Wait, what? Yeah, it's probably explicitly because of the flashback interaction. It just intuitively wasn't how I was expecting the card to work. So I actually did the opposite, Ace Tiger. I cut Reckless Impulse. There were 2 Reckless Impulse. I added one of those for a 25th land. I think having too much tire spinning is really bad in a deck like this. And, like, Impulse isn't a card we really want to be casting until turns, like, 4+. Because if we Impulse into a Skalds and can't cast it, that feels terrible. Alright, well, I mean, we are 3-1 in games against Epiphany with this deck so far today. The game that we got bugged out of with the Magic Missile just disappearing off the stack, we would have guaranteed won. So, I conceded that match because I was annoyed with the bug, but so far, this deck seems okay against Epiphany. The Stalwart Steward protecting our board from their red sweepers has felt really impressive so far. Actually, the 2/3 of a year, Ander. Welcome back. Welcome back, Cermedic. Thanks for the entire year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Yeah, see, arena bugs are usually stuff like that, where it just doesn't fire the match and then it tells you it's a draw. Like, what? Morning, Hamilton. Hey, welcome back, Sigger. I'm just gonna go ahead and murder this. Keep their accelerant off the board. That's a beating. The unfortunate draws here for us. We're drawing some lands at least, so we got that going for us. I have no idea, Demo. Their 6 mana spell's probably a little bit better than ours. Alright, well, we're gonna get to kill Aspirant or Spellbinder Hero Spikefield. So we got that going for us. Really? Okay. I guess this is a lot of damage. Oh, it just doesn't matter though, right? Because Sun Gold Sentinel plus Reidane kills us. Sedge. Valorous Stance, not particularly good here. Absence, Cathar, Burning Hand seem fine. Scrollwielder actually seems pretty okay here, right? Giving our things lifelink seems good. It lets us recast things from the bin. Pit Fighter seems pretty bad here. It's not going to be able to attack through particularly consistently. Gatekeeper's probably not great. Maybe we bring in one stance because sometimes our things are going to get big off of Aspirant. A Ninja Turtle Jr. Thanks for the 38 months. Welcome back. Hand needs to draw some lands, but all the spells are good. It might be right to save this in a matchup like this. This card can be a grindy element. Gonna Sacred Fire the Thalia, even though it's an instant, because the Roiling Eruptions can kill things like Reidane. What's just left for our Mass Effect playthrough? We are like 2/3 of the way done with the crew loyalty missions. Hey, what's going on, Anthrax? Good morning. And then we gotta do the ship upgrades and then the end game. I don't know exactly how much that equates to in terms of more playtime. Maybe another 10 hours or so. 10 to 12. Then I just plan to roll right on into ME3 in the afternoons. Yeah, ME2's been real good. Chugging along a couple hours at the end of each stream. Benka Stew, thanks for the 3 years. Welcome back. Hey, whatever works for folks, Anthrax. You are far from alone and mostly watching YouTube stuff. There's a certain appeal to live and being able to interact in real time, but YouTube's certainly more convenient. Your 1-1 has resolved. What's going on, Showtime? Thanks for the 7 months. I want to play with fire, please. Yeah. No, I get you on schedule. A lot of lethal ones in these 4 cards. Well, turns out playing the Adversary on 2 is a good play there on the play. Kill your stuff, Buttercup. Ah, I feel that, Anthrax. Hopefully your stuff is negative. Everything works out all right for you. Yeah, the Boros Burn deck seems quite reasonable so far. Definitely felt reasonable into the Epiphany deck in the previous matches. I mean, there's always more to a tournament than just like the deck that ultimately takes first, right? Even people's pretty typical patterns of looking at just the top 8 list isn't even enough. The difference between a deck top 8ing and like finishing the top 16 is usually like a single match. We actually broke 95% lamped in when I went back to check all the metrics. Yeah, I agree, Zez. Your zombies build looks super reasonable. I mean, if you missed the coverage, Basestone, you can check it out on the YouTube channel on the front page. Kind of unfortunate. So this is threatening to transform. However, this will exile this. This is still 2 turns off of this. I think we take the Behemoth and hope that this finds us an answer to the oddity. Okay, so the Sacred Fire is a good draw here, so I can play this. And then we can play with fire this. And then we can Sacred Fire this. And then we just chill on defense here for a turn. Turn or two. We want some more Boomer mid-range. We'll probably have that happen again sometime in the not too distant future. Thanks for the biddies, engineer. Oh, I don't have to pay for ward. That's a great observation. I didn't think about that. think I want to kill Catilda here. I think it's the play. No, I don't think I will. God, fuck, there's a Thalia too. God damn it. This whole set's just been kind of fucking miserable. Just Magic being Magic and Arena being Arena. I think this interaction is correct, but also, like, it makes me wish Magic Arena had a judge eye to tell me how the game's gonna work before. I think the Valkyrian interaction with Magic Missile and the increased damage is actually how that's supposed to work. And, like, it sucks that I didn't know that, and Magic Arena is completely unhelpful in helping you understand how the game works. For people that have never played Runeterra before, when there's a rules interaction like that, Runeterra has a thing on the game board that you can kind of put your spell on the stack without actually casting it, and then mouse over this eye that tells you how it's gonna resolve. So that way you don't have to sit there and fucking guess and scratch your head and get blown out. So I'm pretty sure Arena actually managed the rules engine correctly that game. But Arena's still not good software, because if Arena was good software, it should help me understand the rules when I have a question like that. I shouldn't have to do that and guess what's going to happen. To the follow, Matthias. Getting blown out is a feature of Magic. Yeah, there's some fucking neckbeards at home right now chuckling. Jeff didn't know the rules and he deserved to have that happen to him. The Magic Arena client shouldn't help him. He wouldn't have help in paper. I played that guy the other week. Yep. Anybody who's ever played Magic at a local game store has played with that guy before. Yes, in a paper tournament, you could call a judge and say, "Hey, how is this thing that I want to do? How does it work out?" Your neck beard voice just sounded like me, so maybe I should go shave. And it's a long time, Waterfalls. Thanks for the almost 4 years. What's going on, F.A. Grande? Thanks for the 13 months. Life's going pretty good outside of Magic. The kids are like almost 3 months into the school year, and nobody's been quarantined yet in my household, so that's certainly exceeded expectations. They're gonna be scheduled to get in to go get their vaccinations next week, which is great. You know, life is good. I will say from a work/metric standpoint, it feels like maybe Magic players are finally hitting product fatigue burnout. Everything around Crimson Vow in terms of metrics, both on like the Twitch channel as a whole and all my personal metrics are way down compared to normal set releases. And I can't say that really surprises me. Back-to-back 8-week set releases is really sudden. It also probably hasn't helped that like this set release happened and standard basically just didn't change. We got a couple of new toys around the edges, but like, yeah, head into the holidays as well. Thanks for the 17 months, Kevin. Welcome back. And then Magic Arena has just been Magic. Today, the mornings, I'm kind of... We might push off a Magic early if Arena doesn't, like, rapidly turn things around. The games have been frustrating from a Magic perspective, and Magic Arena has just been, like, posting matches as draws, and opponents randomly roping when we start, and the game having game-breaking bugs that are losing us games. It's been kind of a crap morning for Magic. Thanks, Boston. Nah, I don't ever really envision encouraging my kids to get into Magic. Giving my children a bad habit for life is probably not the best move as a parent. I fully agree that Arena is what it is, and you should expect no changes to Arena past what it is now. I expect they will keep putting out card releases consistently, but I expect no new features or quality of life updates to this client ever again. The Reckless Impulse is not great. Pit Fighter may actually be okay. It's just like a cheap blocker to start. Actually, Gatekeeper is probably better in that department because it first strikes, huh? Cathar sounds good. Honestly, Pokemon is so much lower variance than Magic, and the IP is so much more kid enticing. I'd be kind of surprised if there's a ton of people that move from Pokemon over to Magic. It's for the 34 months. Turn 3 card daddy. It's for the 31 Pearl Trident. Welcome back. All right. I guess it depends on the level too. Like I'm talking about from a like really playing Pokemon like from a competitive setting, as opposed to like I imagine there's plenty of casual transitions in there. Yeah, local game stores dictating what people play too makes a lot of sense. If you're looking at it for a social outlet. They're gonna take this, so. I did board out a Showdown here, which could be wrong. Could be that we just always want to keep all our card advantage. Yes, this is the burn deck from the event this past weekend, Baystone. That's a great pickup. So we get to go Adversary, Faithful Absence, you, Sacred Fire you. And then we're winning this race here. So they could trade all 3 of their things for this, but they likely don't want to. That's a rough beat. Or are they taking the Adversary? That's actually good for us. So during my upkeep, this exiles an instant or sorcery at random. So in response to that, to pay its mana cost, you may cast that card this turn. Okay, so in response to this trigger, we're gonna Sacred Fire this, so that way we don't exile the Sacred Fire at random here. And now we exile Burning Hands. And then we get to cast a Burning Hands. I think we just get a 2/2 here. This card seems sweet in these creature matchups. Good. It's good beats. Sacred Fire did gain 4 there, yep. Yeah, boarding out of Showdown was wrong. Definitely want all of those here. We'll trim the Adversary. Our Gatekeeper. That was our first time getting to really kind of pop off with its space. Like I said, seems great in these creature matchups, though. Must answer threat that buries them quickly if it stays out. It's pretty good against us. We don't have one of our 8/1 mana removal spells. I don't think we can mulligan for those, but still doesn't feel great. If they have their 3-drop, that makes tokens here. We're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay, this is actually going to work out pretty cleanly for us here. So we get to kill this. We take 5 down to 11. We Magic Missile clear the board. They're down to 2 cards in hand, and we've got 2 Showdowns. cast Magic Missile. Dira, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Hey, look, it actually resolved this time. Chunk. Then we shouldn't die from 11 here. Famous last words. Then we have plenty of damage removal spells to clear things out and punch through next turn. Yeah, I agree, Lambton. I felt like we were pretty in control of the game the whole time there. What's going on, Sound of Silence? Sound of Science? Are you still here to explain? I know like half the words to the song I'm thinking of, but not enough to do a parody of it. Not Beastie Boys. I don't think that's Beastie Boys. Was it? They created the Sound of Silence, wrote the book on hate, but somehow we're still here to explain or something like that. I'm completely it's totally shined down. That's it. Sound of Silence. I don't know, maybe that's not the title of the song. Rem has really overperformed this set. For sure. I can hear it in my head, but when I try to sing it, there's a lot of mumbles. That's a good way to put it. Well, that's Sound of Madness. All right, there you go. I'm definitely thinking of the Shinedown song, chat. Or is it Disturbed? I don't know. Chat, listen, all the depressing the depressing music of my childhood blurs together. Sound of Silence is the Hello Darkness. Oh, we parody that one all the time. I didn't even know that that's what that one was called. Good stuff. I think we're going to be, like, casting these Spikefield Hazards next turn. Or not. Depends on if we have a creature to go with them. If we don't have a creature, we'll definitely play one as a land.
Humans and werewolves. Delicate balance. It's been upset.
Exile a creature here. Now
the wilds are threatened.
Send this one upstairs. Kick! Now talking about some Beastie Boys, kick it! We've successfully gatekept the werewolves, chap. None shall pass. What's our trim here? We felt pretty good against the, well, let me rephrase. I almost said we felt pretty good against the Epiphany decks, and we didn't actually feel good against the Epiphany decks, because everything feels bad to play against the Epiphany decks, but it felt like we were ahead against the Epiphany decks, even if it felt bad while we were ahead. I mean, we're on the draw, right? Need some lands. Ratter, thanks for the follow. Well, so this deck that we're playing is what I would definitely qualify as a mid-range deck. And the quintessential definition of a mid-range deck comes down to the core question of who's the beatdown? Asking yourself, okay, when I'm playing against aggro, I'm the control. When I'm playing against control, I'm the aggro. So there was some merit. There was some merit to saving the missile for 4 like this. Because if I would have Roiling Eruptioned this and then missiled, I could have killed a wolf and the Arlen here. But it was less mana efficient, so I chose to go with the mana efficiency, so there's no guarantee they had the Arlen. Those close choices. Yeah, a mid-range deck assumes different roles depending on the matchup that it's playing. That's kind of the core tenet of what defines mid-range. It's a real shame we never drew a 4th land this game. This Werewolf pack leader getting to pump up is a big deal. We're just too far behind at this point. If we'd had a 4th land this turn to Burning Hands him off the pack leader before it hit, we'd have had a real shot there. Just too far behind otherwise. Sure. Go ahead and get Chem down here. Could be right to Brutal Cathar the token. Some choice sequencing here from the opponent. Got him, he's gone. They don't deploy another threat this turn. This Showdown will be real good. The Werewolf matchup does not feel good for this archetype. I think on paper makes sense for a deck like this. Like, we're decent into control and we're decent into small aggro, but these bigger aggressive decks are hard. Just actually can never beat this card. It's incredibly polarizing. Phew. Phew. Alright, let's see if we get one more decent match in with the burn deck. Then we're going to shift gears over to some historic. We're going to kick the tires on some squirrel combo in historic this morning. All right, chat. You got this is. Oh, That's great. That's good. That's the good stuff right there. See, chat, sometimes Magic Twitter has things that are funny instead of just drama. What card can we never beat? The Werewolf card that deals damage to anything when it takes damage. The small card was Tidespout Tyrant for the Magic Zoomers in the audience. Our matchup against a Delver of Secrets deck is probably pretty good. Doesn't every deck have a good matchup against Delver of Secrets? Yeah, that's fair. So, chat, our opponent is at 89% living their best life, okay? Let them cast their crappy blue tempo cards. Sorin does have a very smug, punchable face. Think we're just chilling. I paused there because, like, maybe I want to, like, cash in this Pit Fighter. Okay, untapped land, please. I cast Magic Missile. You'll queue up with your mono blue deck and run into the one person on the ladder playing a bunch of can't be countered removal spells. Wow! Chat, we died. Yikes. Chat, my opponent's not allowed to put good cards in their Delver deck. That's cheating. Their deck's supposed to be full of bad cards. They're a Delver deck. I just don't really feel like playing any more Standard. We're probably gonna have a bigger focus on Historic on this, I did not, Pixie. I kind of just went and picked a English stream at random in the game category. I'm glad it was an entertaining stream. Yeah. That deck seems fine. It seems like it lines up well into Epiphany and the small white aggro decks. It seems like it likely struggles with the green base aggressive deck since a lot of your removal is damage based and their things tend to be chunkier. Showdown of the Skalds and Chem were both really impressive And Radiant especially seems sweet against the white aggressive matchups. I don't know. See, I'm kind of over Standard at the moment. Like, Historic yesterday was good for 3 decks in a row, and Standard, it's just been kind of exhausting. Playing against Epiphany is just like, it's just like, this deck has a good Epiphany matchup, and it still just, like, isn't very fun to play, like, in that matchup. And